Pariah, directed by D. Rees. Pariah is a person without status, a rejected member of society, someone who is an outcast. Throughout the movie, there is never a straight-on focused shot. I think this is because Alike/Lee cannot be herself, so you never know the real her. The scene starts off very bright. The director shows great use of mise-en-scène. Mise-en-scène is the setting of a story. It is what appears in the framing of the film, whether it is actors, lighting, the props, or the costumes. The setting displays the protagonist's journey towards coming to one with her identity. This represents the freedom of Lee breaking loose. Not only breaking loose from her mom, but also from the standards and social norms that society has set. Her being able to be at peace within herself. This is when she reads the poem and says, "I am not broken, I'm free." This is when Lee begins to love herself and know her own self-worth. A movie's cinematographic plan is the overall look decided on by the cinematographer in collaboration with the director and other personnel that's involved in creating this movie and its images. There are components such as framing, lighting, angles, depth, POV, camera movement, and the use of long takes. Today we will specifically talk about the components lighting, framing, POV, and camera movement. Lighting is designed to make people look good. It establishes mood, directs our attention, provides characterization, quality, placement, which is the direction it's coming from, and contrast. There is white light that is displayed in some scenes throughout the film. When the white light is shown, it's displaying the character trying to come to one with their own acceptance of their identity. Framing refers to the relationship of the character or characters within the shot. There are many different types of framing. I am going to give you guys an example of open and tight framing. With open framing, you can see the big pictures of landscapes, houses, mountains, so on and so forth behind Alike and her father. There's a bright opening view of the world. This can be argued that this is the resolution of the film, where Alike finally comes to one with herself and the people around her, and in this case, that would be her dad. This is an example of tight framing. You just see a close-up shot of Lee. This is also another example of tight framing. You see her father's face within the frame of the shot. Both shots follow the rule of thirds, so it isn't considered bad framing. POV, otherwise known as point of view, is camera work that gives the viewer the experience of looking through the eyes of a specific character. In this shot, we see Alike's dad speaking. Alike is also in the background, but she is blurred out. We are seeing the point of view of her father so that we can understand or be on his side towards where he is coming from in this particular scene from the movie. To be a little more specific, her father is trying to persuade her to come home. He talks to her about him finally understanding who she is as a person and that it is okay for her to return home, regardless of how her mom may feel about this entire situation. Camera movement are techniques such as zoom, swish pan, and many more that can help direct the viewer's attention. Editing is the form or technique of putting shots together in a coherent sequence. There are many different types of editing, such as continuity editing, point of view editing, and discontinuity editing. The editing in a scene is very seamless. It is unobstructive and it avoids any confusion that the audience may have. This is editing. Sound refers to everything we hear in the movie, whether it's sound effects, music, outside nature such as rain, wind. That's what sound is. Everything that we hear within a film. Sound is used to enhance a person's mood throughout the film. It can add to a suspense of a movie or maybe a surprise within a movie. It provides us with information about that scene. It helps us learn more towards what the plot is going to be about. It tells us about the characters of the movie or that scene. There are two different types of sound in a film. There's diegetic and non-diegetic. When the movie starts, the music starts out diegetic. While Lee and Laura are in the club, once the music stops playing from the club or the film, it becomes non-diegetic. The music the film decides to add becomes non-diegetic because it wasn't a part of the filming process. In this scene, you get a lot of natural sound. You can hear the cars passing, the wind blowing, and the birds chirping. These were natural sounds that you would hear standing on top of a building in Brooklyn, New York, around the setting, which is Fort Greene. Overall, the production of this film was a great success. Here's your recap and your summary. We talked about mise en scène, cinematography, editing, sound, and different components between all of them.